All right, just come to a comfortable seat and make sure that you're a little propped up if at all possible. That just gives you some more space in your pelvis so that you can lengthen your spine. I think it's always a good idea to get a sense of, as we do every week, of finding that middle ground on your pelvis. So coming forward and back and side to side, or maybe even circles, or some of all of that. And I highly recommend that you close your eyes and find this center point from a place of feeling rather than sort of external affirmation, right? Rather than the way it looks. Really try to feel. You want to be right down there in the middle. And then from that place, put your hands on your thighs just for a second, up close by the hip crease. And you can turn your fingers in or out if possible, because it helps open up the chest. But just press down and almost like lift yourself up out of your pelvis. And feel free to move around in that a little. Really find that length. We tend to try to find length in the front, but then we neglect the back, or even, and especially we neglect the sides. So just imagine your lower ribs all the way around, even though they're sort of not on the same plane, lifting up away from the hip bones. And then shrug your shoulders up to your ears and exhale down. Do that a couple times. Inhale, shrug up, and feel free to exhale as if through a straw. Maybe make some bigger circles. And sometime soon, just let yourself come to center and bring your hands down closer to your knees. Just make sure your elbows are tucked in towards your waist and right underneath of your shoulders. And close your eyes if they're not already closed. Seal your lips if they're not already sealed, and just breathe in and out through your nose and start to focus on a gentle drawing in of the abdominal wall as you exhale, to just gently, and I really want to emphasize gently, press a little bit more of the breath out. And then, of course, as you inhale, you want to relax the belly. So you'll use your abdominal wall a bit to exhale, to deepen your exhalation. But then you want to relax the belly and just feel yourself expanding from the inside out all the way around. So again, not just the front of the body and the belly and the ribs and the chest, but also into the back body. See if you can feel your low back widen, and see if you can feel your back ribs sort of lift up, and see if you can feel the space between the shoulder blades broaden. And then even in the side body, see if you can sense that the waist is expanding and the side ribs move out horizontally from center, and feel even your breath, that inhalation in your armpits. So as you exhale, the belly lifts, press out just a little. And then as you inhale, how much can you soften and allow yourself to expand in all directions to receive? You're not trying to expand, you're allowing for expansion, so that the breath can really open you up from the inside out. Good. Okay, so keep breathing in that way and just tuck the chin to the chest. And really pull the chin in toward the throat. Keep the chest lifted, keep the shoulders broad, keep everything lifted and open. And then on inhalations, roll to one side, and on exhalations, roll back to center. And just keep doing this a couple more times to either side with your breath, really focusing on keeping the chest lifted, the shoulders broad. Nice job. And so the next time you go to the second side, and if you're not sure which side that is, don't worry about it. Just the side that feels the most challenging works well. Let yourself come back to center, keeping the chin pulled in toward the throat, lifting not only the front, but the back body and the sides. Now interlace your fingers all the way to the webbing. Really do this in earnest and hold the occipital crest, so the back of your skull where it meets the neck. You can get your thumbs in there pretty nicely. And then squeeze the elbows towards each other. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the chin pulling in toward the throat. And then press your head into your hands as you open the elbows out. Press the head back, reach the elbows back. Do that some more. And just do it with your breath, whether you inhale or exhale, and either movement is irrelevant. Just move and breathe at the same time. I shouldn't say it's irrelevant. It's up to you. Either way is fine. Whatever is intuitive for you is right on. Still lifting the belly a bit as you exhale, still practicing that allowing of expansion in all directions as you inhale. Okay, nice work. The next time you open, hold open, press the head into the hands. Lift up in the hands just a little so that you're really sort of tractioning the neck, tractioning the thoracic spine. Nice work. On your next in-breath, release the hands out wide. Feel free to shake out the shoulders a bit. And then we're going to do one more thing for the shoulders here. Hold on to your deltoid muscles. So I like thumbs behind and then the fingers wrapped around, and then point your elbows out. And you're just going to start to reach one elbow back, then the other elbow back. Now, as you do this, I like to keep my head forward at first because it really helps to move the shoulder girdle around the spine. You might feel your shoulder blades sort of really moving around the ribs. I even have a little sort of rubbing and clicking on my right side. But make sure, just like we've been talking about, that you stay lifted out of your pelvis, all directions. And don't worry too much about the breathing. Obviously, you want to continue breathing well, but doesn't necessarily for this have to match anything. We're going to do this for, let's say, 20 more seconds. If you want to take this last 20 seconds and move your head with, go for it. If it starts to feel too dizzying, then just stop. Elbows back, elbow back. Let's call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let yourself gently come to center. Settle. And release the arms. And again, if you want to sort of shake it out, I always think that that feels great. Let's bring the bottoms of the feet together now. And just like we tend to do the beginning when we sit, do some rocking. Feel your weight shift from one side to the other. And then let yourself come to center as much as possible. Use your hands on your legs to really lift up out of your pelvis in all directions. Make sure the low back and the sides of the waist are lifting just as much as the front. And hold on, really pull your chest through and just gently press your knees away from each other. The tendency is to want to press them down, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but press your feet into each other and imagine you're making more space from knee to knee, reaching them side to side. So good. So you can stay right here. If you've got a little more space, and you can really keep the pelvis as the center point of this, you can start to press your pubic bone down, in which case the torso will start to hinge forward. Again, you can hold on to the knees, the shins, the ankles, or the toes. Do your best here to really press the feet into each other evenly. In fact, notice, is one foot rolling open more than the other? Where's the asymmetry in the feet? And see if you can just shift that a bit to be a little more symmetrical. Okay, just a few more breaths here. Use exhalations to lift the belly, to press the feet into each other, and to reach the knees away from each other. Use your inhalations to feel that lengthening in not only the front body, but the back and the sides. So good. Last breath here. Good work. Take your time. Bring your hands to the outsides of the knees. Bring your legs in towards each other. Hold on to the outside edges of the feet. You can separate the feet a little bit so that they're about hips width apart. And I really, really, really like to press my fingers into the space between the fourth toe and the little toe to really pull back here. And then you just want to walk your feet out. I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see your torso is on your thighs. And you're just walking your feet out and tilting your pelvis forward and continuing to keep your torso on your thighs. Whatever that means for you, it's exactly right. Use the leverage of your arms to not only pull the feet back a bit, but to find that length again in the all sides of the waist. Front, the back, the sides. Nice job. Keep your chest lifted. Breathe into it. Let's just take another 20 seconds or so here, maybe 30 seconds. Squeeze the elbows into the outer legs and then squeeze the legs into the arms, into the inner elbows. And see if you can feel your low back widen, your sits bones widen, your hips widen. See if you can just feel a sense of everything broadening back there. 10 more seconds. Make sure your neck is relaxed. Big breathing. Nice job. Take your time, release, and walk all the way up. Okay, one last little hip thing here. Straighten one leg out. Bring the other leg, the other foot, opposite foot, to the inside of the extended leg. Maybe up at the thigh, sort of like tree pose. The straight leg is going to stay straight, press out through the heel, pull the toes back, and then just hold on to that leg. I like to lift my shin just a little, my calf muscle just a little, and then push my fingers underneath and press down to sort of pin my hands down, and then use that to lift up and fold over. Now, I think it's likely that your torso is not on your thigh like we were emphasizing before, but I still want you to get that same action of lifting up and lengthening out. One more breath here, and then we'll do the other side. Nice job. Simply switch. Extend the opposite leg. Put that opposite foot into the inner thigh. Lift up out of the pelvis, fingers under legs, under that extended leg. You can interlace them if that works better for you, or you can sort of pin it down. Press out through the heel of the extended leg and pull those toes back. The emphasis here is really on lifting up out of the pelvis. Find that length. And as I always say, the second side tends to be the side that is a little more challenging for you. It definitely is for me. But it's important to focus on really lifting up, not so much coming over. The tendency and the thing that I used to always see, especially in beginners classes, is, people diving forward thinking that they're getting closer to the leg, therefore they're stretching more. But we want to really keep that hinge and that length. Nice job. One more breath here. Really broadening. Good. Come on up. All right. Let's do some breath work. I think today we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, talking about the need for balance and really understanding the cycles of energy. I think this is a great breathing technique that I'd maybe recommend you even do this week to just help you find that steadiness. The genius about this breathing technique is that it sort of brings us up when we need to be up more, brings us down when we need to be down more. Okay, so thumb, you can do sort of thumb and fingers like a crab claw, or you can curl the first two fingers down and go thumb and sort of ring and pinky finger as one. Let's plug off the left nostril first, and then inhale through your right side, and then plug the right side, release the left, exhale left, inhale left, plug left, release right, exhale right, inhale right, plug right, release left, exhale, and inhale. Keep going. And as you keep going here, continue to practice that gentle squeezing in of the abdominal wall to empty, and that allowing of expansion. And really let yourself feel the broadening from the inside out of the low back, the back ribs, the space between the shoulder blades. Feel the widening of the rib cage through the sides of the torso. And just notice if there's any extraneous effort, extraneous gripping, holding, clenching, tensing. Can you soften? Relaxing around the eyes and the jaw. Keep going. As we take maybe 4 or 5 more rounds of this breathing technique, see if you can really soften the whole experience. So you're still pressing the breath out a little, you're still allowing for expansion, but can you almost drop into that meditative state of observing and softening? So the next time you exhale through the right nostril, exhale through the right nostril, and then just release the right hand down and close the eyes if they're not already closed, and just allow yourself to be in this moment, observing. Feeling any sense of recalibration that's already happening. Good. Okay. Let yourself gently, slowly, mindfully shift to your posture for meditation. I really want to encourage you to use even these movements and preparations as a mindful meditation, allowing yourself to be intentional, slow, and steady. Ensuring that your knees are supported, that your neck is supported. Ensuring that you're comfortable, that your eyes are covered. And as you settle in, to start to notice the surfaces underneath of you and the support that they are offering, how you're being held so that you can rest. Continuing to adjust as you really start to feel into the body even more, opening to whatever it needs for support and comfort. And even as you continue to settle in, start to notice your senses, the taste in your mouth, sounds around you, smells, images or colors behind the eyelids, the touch of the clothing and blankets that you may be using, the touch of air on your skin. Just feel your senses as open and alive. And then just bring your awareness to your breath and start to recite the word release as you exhale. You don't have to manage the breath in any way, but every time you exhale for the next moment, just think the word release. 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 Good. Let go of that for now and let the sound of my voice be your guide as you begin to move your awareness around the body, noticing each part of the body as I name it, as it is in this moment. You're just sensing what's present for you. Start with the mouth. Feel the lips, teeth, gums. Feel the roof of the mouth now and the inner cheeks. Become aware of the tongue. Feel the whole tongue in the mouth. Notice the throat now. And for the next 3 or 4 rounds of breath, think to yourself as you pay attention to the sensations of your throat. Release. 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 Let that go and allow your awareness to move up to the hinges of the jawbone. And here too, give yourself 3 or 4 rounds of breath, just honing in on this part of your body and just say to yourself, release, release. Allow your awareness to move up to the ears now. Feel the outsides of the ears, and then let your attention move into the inner ears and feel yourself hearing. Listen to the sounds around you, the most obvious ones. And tune into the more subtle sounds. And just tap into deep, deep listening and pick up on the sounds that are barely perceptible. Let your awareness move to your forehead now. Recite release a time or two if that feels appropriate here. Feel the eyebrows and the space between the eyebrows. Become aware of the eyes as a whole. Notice the eyelids and the surfaces of the eyes and the backs of the eyes. Feel the eyeballs in the sockets and maybe use 2 or 3 rounds of breath of exhalation specifically to cultivate release. Release. Become aware of the skin of the cheeks and feel the nose now. Allow yourself to tune into that subtle touch of the breath flowing in and out of the nostrils. The coolness of the inhalation and the warmth of the exhalation. Expand your attention to take in the whole head. Feel the whole head supported, held. Allow your awareness to move down the back of the neck now. Notice the sides of the neck. And once more, feel the throat. With as little effort as possible and paying very close attention to the depth of the sensation, very gently swallow. Let your attention move down into the shoulder girdle. Feel the collarbones and the shoulder blades and the armpits. Feel the humerus bones insert into the torso. And feel down the upper arm bones to the elbows. And down the forearms to the wrists. Feel the backs of the hands, the thumbs, index fingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinky fingers. Feel the palms of the hands now. And feel the whole of each hand. Feel both hands and both arms now simultaneously. Let the spotlight of your awareness move to the upper back. Feel down the back ribs, the length of the spine, the low back, and the sacrum. Notice the buttocks and the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the backs of the knees, the calf muscles, and the heels. Feel the soles of the feet. And notice the little toes. And then the next toes over. The middle toes. The second toes. And feel the big toes now. Become aware of the tops of the feet and the ankles. Move up the shin bones to the kneecaps. And feel the thighs now. And feel the femur bones insert into the pelvis, the hip sockets. Notice the genitals and the low belly. Feel the sides of the waist and the front ribs, and the sternum. Feel the breasts and the upper chest. And come back once more to the throat. And just rest your awareness on the throat for a moment. And just like we did earlier in our seated practice, see if you can feel the throat widen. In our seated practice, we felt the low back and the hip bones widen. See if you can feel spaciousness from side to side in the throat. And now go a little deeper and see if you can feel the breath in the throat pass through. And from there, expand to feel your breath down in the chest, the ribs, and the belly. And expand your awareness of the breath out to the whole body. Feel the whole body ebb and flow with the breath in and out. And just take a moment to really watch that rhythm. And you may notice a change in that rhythm in this moment. Or perhaps there's a steadiness present. Either way, the fact is that the rhythm of the breath ebbs and flows as necessary. Let's take just a moment to count the breath. Start from 7, go to 1, repeat if necessary. If you get off track, start over. Let go of counting now and just be aware of the flow of sensation throughout the body. In the mouth, face, scalp, neck, throat, shoulders, arms, hands, torso, pelvis, legs, and feet. Notice the body, a field of radiant sensation, awake and alive. Just be aware of all that's now present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's present. First, sense what's here, what's present for you, and then experience yourself really dissolving into being the field of awareness in which everything is arising. So bring your attention to an emotion that's present in your body, or one that you may be experiencing more often than you'd like. Or recall a memory even that invites a particular emotion into your body, welcoming the emotion as sensation, inviting this emotion to unfold fully as sensation in the body so that you can observe. Where are you feeling it in your body? Allow it to blossom fully. while welcoming thoughts and images and memories that co-arise. And now allow an opposite emotion to emerge, whatever comes up for you. And perhaps recalling a memory that invites this opposite emotion into your body. And if an opposite emotion is present, where do you experience it in your body? Taking your time and just welcoming this opposite emotion so that you can notice how you experience this emotion in your body. Really sensing. And see now if you can invite both emotions in at the same time. Without thinking, simply experience how this affects your entire body and mind. Can you hold in your awareness the experience of both emotions simultaneously? As you do, just be aware of all that's present in your awareness, feeling yourself as the one who is aware of everything that's now present. Shift now to welcome a thought or belief that you sometimes take to be true about yourself. And if no belief is arising, simply be with whatever is present. And if there is a belief present, as you hold this belief about yourself to be true, where and how do you experience it in your body? Sensing how this belief affects the entire body. Being present to your experience just as it is without trying to change or fix anything. And now just bring to mind an opposite of this belief. Whatever that might be for you, keep it simple. As you hold this opposite belief about yourself to be true, how does it affect your body? Welcoming any images, emotions, or memories that also emerge. Again, being present to your experience without trying to change or fix or manage or manipulate it in any way. Now allow both beliefs at the same time to arise at the same time. Welcome both beliefs and observe the experience. Just noticing how this affects your body and mind. And be aware of all that's now present in your awareness. Feeling yourself as the one who's aware of everything that's now present. Sense what's here. Then experience yourself as the field of awareness in which everything is arising. Be attentive now to sensations throughout the body of well being and balance. And perhaps recall a particular event from your life that invites these feelings of well being and balance into your body right now. Welcoming whatever emerges just as it is. And see if you can experience this feeling of well being and balance in the body as a smile. Feel a smile in your pelvis. Feel that widening of the hips and the low back as your pelvis smiles within. Feel this smile in the low torso. Feel the low belly and the low back broaden and soften as a smile here emerges. Feel a smile emanating from the heart center out to the shoulders. That broad curve of a smile also broadens your shoulder girdle and the side ribs, the armpits, whole upper torso expands out. And experience the feelings of well-being and balance as a smile in the face, the inner mouth, the throat, and the eyes, and the forehead and eyebrows. Just feel the entire body smiling, radiant and alive with the feeling of well-being, balance. And just be aware of all that's present and your experience in this moment. Feel yourself as the one who is aware of all that's present. And as you really settle into this awareness of being, just welcome everything that's now present and also everything that has been present for you. Just allow yourself in this moment to be aware of the full range of experiences that have been present for you. Embracing, observing, allowing space for all that has been or is now present, sensations, emotions, belief, all just held in the field of your pure awareness. Everything as it is or has been, that ebb and flow. And all the while, you are that pure awareness in which everything has ever arisen. With that in mind, just very gently recite in your mind the word reset, reset, reset. As you very gently continue to recite the word reset in your mind, take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Reset. Begin to gently move the toes and the fingers. Reset. Maybe roll the head a bit from side to side. No rush. As we come to the end of our time together this evening, feel free to continue to recite the reset, if you will, mantra. Just really come fully back into your body and into the space that surrounds you. And just decide if you'd like to stay reclined for closing or make your way slowly on to your side and then perhaps even to a seat. Move mindfully. No need to rush. Allow yourself to Be aware of all that's present. Sense what's here, what's arising for you, and then experience yourself as the field of awareness in which everything arises. Bring your hands together for loving kindness, or perhaps your hands to your body, or not at all. As always, I'll repeat a few sentiments of loving kindness to you, and then encourage you to repeat each of them, changing the word you to I so that you're offering yourself loving kindness as well. May you be safe and healthy. May you have a calm, clear mind. May you have an open, loving heart. May you be at peace. May all beings be at peace. It's good work. Very good work. Thank you so much for your presence. I appreciate you and I appreciate your practice so much. Good work.